Hey everyone. So I'm just gonna do the typical thing where I mute all of you so that we can get things rolling. But I appreciate you all being here for our last Maximize Monday of Peak 3. So thanks for being on this journey with us. And someone who has been a part of all three of our journeys a lot, obviously, is Frank. So I don't think he needs too much of an introduction for those who have not been to a Max Monday session. This is Frank. So take it away, Frank.
Thank you, Kiefer. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Hope everyone is doing well. We have a lot to go through and chat about Peak 3. Can you imagine that we've Special Olympics has put on 3 series of Peak program? And I'm just pulling up the chat so I'm not missing anything here. And I'm not sure. I mean, I've only been maybe around a couple of times, maybe 3 times every peak program, but you have been every peak program or every week. I'm not sure. Maybe almost every week. Maybe you've had to miss 1 or 2 or maybe 3 nights. But I've been looking around, and you have Maximize Monday, and you have Toss Up Tuesdays, and you have Workout Wednesdays. And then I do think you have things like dances and painting competitions and photo competitions and all kinds of things happening, which is really, really, really cool. And before we kind of look back a little bit, I'd like to remind everyone is why are we doing this? Like, why is Special Olympics Alberta putting up the peak program, number 3? And maybe more important is why are you here? Why are you attending? What is the reason that you want to participate? Like, why are you doing this for? I think I can guess, but I'd like to kind of know from you, so you can throw it in the chat. I'll be reading the chat and I'll be responding to that. And I also would like to speak with some people, and I would like to speak with maybe not all of you, but some of you or most of you. So we're going to take turns. So I see that Tara, you have your hand up. Would you be so kind to unmute yourself and tell me why you are participating in this peak program? Why are we doing this?
Getting exercise and shape and stuff.
Yes, we are continuing to get exercise
and drink lots of water
and shape and stuff and drink lots of water. You know, that's super important, right? I have my own water right here. I'm not sure if you can see it, my transparent flask here. And I'm not sure how much you're drinking in these days during summer, but I drink a lot of water. I would like to ask Laura Lapere, you want to unmute yourself and tell me why you are here with us and why we're doing this peak program?
I'm doing the peak program so I can stay connected with my Special Olympic friends. I've done all 3, peak 1, 2, and 3, and I feel that I have made it to the top of Mount Everest.
Fantastic, Laura. That's so great to hear. Now, I'm sure that didn't come easy. You had to work for it. You had to work hard for it. You had to do a lot of activities, a lot of the fitness challenges. You had to drink lots of water and eat veggies, and you had to work hard every week. So how do you feel about having made it to the top?
I feel good about it. As some of you guys can see with my pictures, I go hiking all the time. And when I make it to the top of a mountain on a hike, I feel really good making it to the destination.
Excellent. Great to hear. Thank you for sharing, Laura. So we've heard from Tara to stay fit. Lots of water. Laura said, you know, to stay connected with our Special Olympics family, with my with my fellow athletes, and in the meantime, reach heights that you haven't gone before. You always try hard, but now you are, climbing this mountain. So I'd like to know if one of you has something else why you are participating in this peak program. We've already heard a few examples, and I see Brittany, you have your actual hand up. So do you want to let us know why you're taking part in this peak program? Can you unmute yourself?
I'm taking part in this program to be healthy and to
Awesome.
stay active.
Yes, and how has it been for you? Has it been good? Has it been easy? Has it been difficult?
It's been hard. Like, it's been hard to stay away from junk food and stuff. And
Yeah. Okay.
I tried my best, but I drank lots of water. I tried to get out walking, but
Yeah.
my knee is bad. But I keep myself motivated, basically, to keep myself to stay healthy and be active.
And Brittany, is the peak program helping you to stay motivated? And if so, how does it help you to stay motivated?
It helps me stay motivated because they have like some quotes on there to say keep going, or my peak program friends tells me I can do it and
Yes.
never
Cool.
give up and stuff.
Excellent. That's why we are doing this together. In the end, we are one big team of Special Olympics Alberta, and we do our own teams and our own sports and our own, athletic challenges, but we want to support each other as good as we can.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask one other person, like, is there another reason why you're actually taking part here? And I'm going to throw the mic to Alex. Alex Arthur.
Frank,
Hi.
how's it going?
I'm good. I'm glad to be here with you on Monday evening. And I wonder how your peak program has been so far, and why you want to be part of this, and what is good. Why is it good for you?
So the reason why I just started registering for the peak program is because I had to keep on the track for my big goals that I just worked on previously, such as had to work on to get the more achievements.
To get more achievements, to push yourself a little bit, to reach new heights. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, that's right.
And have you been able to get some achievements, to do some new things that you have not done before, and do successful?
Actually, I could just keep my body exercising, like doing more cardio, such as bike riding, running, jogging.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah,
excellent. Thank you for sharing that as well, Alex. And I'm gonna. There are so many people that want to participate in this in this question. Why you would want to participate? I'm going to throw it over to Joe Bear. Joe Bear, you're up.
Yeah, actually, so my peak program is always me like doing your therapeutics for your needs, your back, and I'm thinking now it's kombucha. It's my new strategy to climb my own climax to my own mountain. And
actually, are you feeling the benefits from it? Are you actually? Is it actually working, Dr.
Yeah. Yeah,
nice.
Therapeutics is good because I'm going really bad knees in my back. And I'm drinking now, it's kombucha.
Kombucha. That's kind of an iced tea type thing, is that right?
It's actually good for your gut feeling.
Nice. Very, very, very good. Okay. Yeah. So we've heard go ahead.
Sorry. And for me, because I'm also a diabetic, so I have to watch what I'm eating and take one step at a time to have your own blue moon once in a while.
Right. Thank you. That's so great to hear, is that you're changing some habits, that you're actually picking out some really good strategies that are helping you to stay fit, that are therapeutic. Thank you, Joe Bear. And I'm just going to look through all the screens because I just had one Zoom screen up, but there are so many more people. And I just want to kind of look at people. And Carla, I think you have your hand up. Maybe you've had your hand up for a long time. So maybe you want to tell me why you're doing this. What is good for you in doing peak? You're still on mute.
There.
That's it.
Hi, Frank.
Hi.
My about this picture program is I getting more motivated and
Right.
a lot of exercise on Wednesday that I really enjoyed and all the dances and stuff like that. And
Excellent.
as I know, Joanna is diabetic, and I'm also diabetic as well.
All right. So you also have to take care about how you
Yeah.
eat, how you take yourself, how you keep yourself healthy,
Yeah.
and so make some choices. And I guess some of the peak program activities and some of the suggestions really help with that. That's
Yeah.
really, really cool.
Yeah.
Great to hear. And I know there's many more people, but maybe you'd like to keep your hand up or put it down and put your hand up again. I'm going to ask you another question soon. Okay, we can do it all together, so we'll just work through it. Bear with me. That's great. So this is exactly, I think, so super cool why Special Olympics Alberta is doing this, is to stay connected. Normally you are in your teams. Normally you do activities in sports and activity maybe twice a week, maybe 3 times a week. Maybe you compete. Maybe you're working with your teams, with your coaches. And that has been so different. But you know what? We can still do it. We just have found out. We just have to be on this Zoom thing, this online thing. But then we can still get some benefits. We can still learn. We can still do activities. We can have fun. All of those things. So maybe it's not completely replacing what we love most, which is actually playing ball, actually running the track or snowshoeing, all of those, or bowling. But you know what? We have to make the best of it. Don't you agree with me? You want to always see if you can make the best of it. And that is why this is so great. And I can't believe that it has been so great, successful 3 times in a row, and that a lot of you have done this over and over again. And I can just imagine that it is great that you can stay motivated, that you can stay healthy, that you can stay fit, that you... That's awesome. Now, I'm going to ask you a couple more questions, or a few more questions, really thinking about what are you taking away from this. So all of you signed up to reach for the peak. And for some it was the Everest, and for some it was Kilimanjaro, and for some it was the Matterhorn, and for some it was another mountain. By the way, do you know my last name, Vandenberg? Can you see it in my Zoom box? You know what it means in Dutch? From the mountain. And I'm not sure if you know, but that country where I'm coming from, the Netherlands, is completely flat. No mountains at all. So I don't know where my name is coming from. Obviously, in my family, there was a guy, or there was a family, or there was another ancestor that came from the mountain. That's what my name means. But you signed up to reach the peak. And so that means that you had to stay dedicated, that you're doing the activities on a daily basis, that you show up on Maximize Monday, like tonight, that you show up on Toss Up Tuesdays, that you show up on Workout Wednesdays, and that you're doing all those other activities that are on those bingo cards, which I come back later. You know what I've noticed throughout those 3 peaks and all of those sessions? I'm just looking at the spring peak season Toss Up Tuesdays. You've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different guests. Maybe by tomorrow, 8 different guests. That's a lot of people that you are meeting with, that you're learning from. And everyone has probably something to offer. And you probably can think back, all of these different guests. What was a special one? What was someone that showed up on Wednesday, on Monday, on Tuesday, or on Wednesday that taught me something new that I did not know before? I mean, there's a lot of good people around, and they're all invited to help you with the peak, reaching the peak, and they're teaching you something. So what is one thing that you've learned through this peak that you didn't know before? And I'm going to throw it over to Ren Smith.
Hi.
Hi, Ren.
Hi. I have to tell you, Frank, my mom works at the prep program. I knew all my Thai friends. That's how I met all of them. My mom works at the prep program long time ago.
Right.
So that's how my mom does it. So
Yeah.
yeah, she works really hard for the prep program because I got when I was little, I knew everyone. It's part of my mom's job, but now not anymore. Yeah, it's just it runs with everyone is because we're like all special because we're in Special Olympics
Yes.
because that is very important to all of them.
Right.
And me.
And so you're telling me that your mom very hard worker. Is that what you're telling me? She actually works very hard. And you know what? That's
Yes,
a
she
great that's a
did.
great example to have, right? I mean, we do want to look at people that work hard, that stay dedicated to actually accomplish quite a bit. So that is pretty awesome.
Thank you. And my mom, she knows everything, because she knows about Down syndrome kids and she knows about like everyone. So that's why I'm saying this because it's very important to all of them. And people are equal here in Alberta. So that's
Yes.
what we're trying to do here.
That's great to hear. I like that attitude, Ren. Thanks so much for sharing that.
To
And you know
mention it,
that
I'm a huge fan.
and we can share that in this community as well. So I'm going to come back to also to my question is what is one person that showed up on Mondays, Tuesdays, or Wednesdays that taught you something that was new to you? And I'm gonna give the stage to Miranda. I think you have two hands up, so you must really want to tell us what you've been learning.
So I've learned a lot from Amanda, the Edmonton EPS officer.
Okay.
She came on, I think, 2 weeks ago, right, Kiefer? And she taught us a lot about exercising.
She talked a lot about exercising.
Her and her team were all fabulous from the Edmonton EPS crew.
Nice.
And I also learned a lot from a young lady named Megan, I believe, who teaches Zumba. She's
Right.
amazing too.
Nice. So you're telling me that EPS, I think that stands for Edmonton Police Service,
right?
That they need to be fit. They need to work out. They need to work hard to do their job as well. So it's not only for you guys; it's actually for everyone that does a job like that needs to work on that fitness.
Right. And to go back to your last question, why am I doing peak?
Right.
Oh, I want to lose a whole bunch of weight before the summer, and
yeah,
I want to do this, and I want to also. I also want to meet sweet people like all my friends that are on here.
Nice. That's so cool to connect. And you don't have to give me a number, but were you kind of successful in that weight loss? Was there some effect and benefit from staying active and staying fit?
Well, definitely. At the beginning,
nice.
I started at 170. Now I'm down to 153.
Excellent. Great work. And you know what? Hold this question to the end of this session, because I'm going to ask at the end of the session, even if peak is over by next week, what are you going to keep doing? Because it's been good. It's been effective. You've been doing it for good reason. And, when peak is not there, it doesn't mean that you can't stay on course, right? So I'm gonna reserve that question for later. I see Shelby. Can I ask Shelby, what is something that you've learned? Who showed up on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays and taught you something, told you something, showed you something that you really learned from? What would you say, Shelby?
I learned everything on Mondays. I like the mindfulness.
Mindfulness, yes.
Helps.
Yes.
Monday, Tuesday, I like everything. But I like the workouts.
Okay. Okay, that is really cool. I'm going to ask one more because we all learned something new. Can I ask Erica? Erica, what is something that you learned from someone showing up in Peak Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays that is now part of your activity? Something that you've learned.
I learned. I work out at home. And
Yes.
I go for like a big walk.
Yeah.
And I went swimming at a lake last Thursday for Canada Day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you say you were swimming in a lake?
Yeah.
Nice.
Sundance Lake, yeah.
Yes. That's awesome. I did that today as well. And by the way, you know, what I've received from Special Olympics is this bandana. You'll probably have one of those, I think.
Yep. Yeah, I got
so, you know, I always ask, what do you use this for? You know what? I use this when I go swimming because I have a little bit of a bald head and I don't want to get a sunburn on my head. So I use this bandana to protect my head when I go swimming.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going camping for 2 weeks in Maple Lake.
Oh, have a wonderful time there. Thanks for sharing, Erica. And
Thank
I'm going to ask another person someone that showed up on Maximize Tuesdays or Maximize Mondays or Toss Up Tuesdays or Workout Wednesdays that had an impact on you. Can I ask Jordan this time?
I was about to stay healthy and trying to eat fruits and vegetables and drinking water by working out at home.
All right.
And also, I was doing some Pilates, yoga, Zumba. That's part of the workout.
Wow.
Exercising.
That sounds like you've been pretty busy with it. That's pretty awesome. Thank you, Jordan. I'm going to go to, sorry, go ahead.
I enjoyed my mindfulness.
Oh, mindfulness. You know, I'm so glad that you've learned through Peak, the previous Peak, that this mindfulness practice is super helpful. You can do it walking, you can do it eating, you can do it breathing, you can do it looking at the clouds. You can do it. My favorite one is lying on the grass, lying flat on the grass, on top of the earth. That's my favorite mindfulness moment. That's how I do it. But you may have other favorite ways of doing it as well. So that's awesome. I'm going to someone that is, I think, her name sounds the same, but you spell it different. I'm going to Jordan Macleod.
Okay, what I like about the Peak and the previous Peak, and what I like about it is that I like all the sessions, and my favorite part is the Max Mondays because it really helps me to stay motivated, and I just like the Peak because it really helps me to get up on that knee board here at my resort. So I like to do lots of muscle like workouts and stuff. So I like to keep that up, and the Max Monday sessions I really like.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing that, Jordan. And I wish you good keeping up with this last week. This is the last week for Peak 3. That means that you're not quite done. You're close to the finish. You're maybe on top of the peak already or getting close. So let's keep it up for at least one more week with some of the activity. And I just scanned all those Zoom boxes and I found someone. Megan. You want to tell me something? So here I invite you to unmute yourself. So let me know.
Yeah. So throughout Peak, I kind of learned throughout everything Peak offers to us athletes, and I've learned a lot. It's basically more. For Mondays, for mindfulness, to be frank, and you've taught us so well, and it also helps me to stay motivated and to collecting up on my breathing and just kind of cooling down the whole buds and everything, and also from the Toss Up Tuesdays and also staying fit and staying healthy.
That sounds so good, Megan, and I'm so happy that, like, I think that you already knew that proper breathing can really help you, staying calm, relax a little bit. But now maybe you've learned that you want to practice this. Now you've learned that you want to do this, not only when you see me or some of these other people that are doing this with you, but you know what, Megan? You have the breathing always with you. You can always do it. Do you know how to?
Yes, and I mean, I've been doing a lot of the practices, like throughout the mindfulness. On Mondays, I've been doing it a whole bunch of times too.
Excellent. Great to hear. Great to hear. Great to hear. Now, I'm sure we still have people that have learned something else. Now, all those people with the hands up, I would like you to put your hand down if you have the same example that we've already heard, but you can keep your hand up if you have something new that you have learned that you want to share with us. I'm just giving you a second. And I am going to toss it over to Cassie Luamala, if I pronounce your name right. Cassie, what is something that you have learned, appreciated, something that is now part of what you do?
For me, since my house has been so stressful with construction right now,
okay,
the breathing exercises for me have kind of helped out with everything that's been going on.
Very good. Very good. Keep doing that because it's a life skill. It can always serve you. That's great. Thank you, Cassie. Maybe one more person, and there's going to be a few more questions. So I'd like to get to everyone. Lee Davis. What is something that you appreciate, that you've learned, something that someone told you in these sessions that you think that is cool, that is new?
Well, I live in a community home for the disabled people, and I have a staff who helped me a lot because I used to weigh 285 pounds before the peak. Right now I weigh 209 pounds. Sorry, 209. I lost like 75 pounds, and because I'm doing lots of exercise, I do like water Zumba and
nice,
and lots of walking like that because
and do you like it, Lee? Do you not only losing the weight, but do you like the activities? Do you like the exercise? Do you like the dancing, Zumba? Do you like doing it?
I like doing water Zumba and in the gym.
Yeah, in the gym, of course. Why don't we give all a virtual slow clap for Lee? That's a great accomplishment. Did you reach the peak?
Yep.
Excellent. Great to hear. Thanks, Lee. I appreciate that. So now I know that you've all learned something, okay? You stayed motivated, you stayed dedicated to weight loss, to eating healthy, to have healthy habits, to ward off the stresses, to be a little bit more mindful, to keep breathing because it's really nice and it's soothing, all of those things and more. But it hasn't been easy. So the next question is about what was hard. What was difficult? What was challenging? When was there a moment where you were thinking, "Oh, I can't do this"? When was it hard for you? And I'm going to ask Marcy Lukes. What was hard for you? What was challenging for you, Marcy?
Well, this is my first time actually doing the peak paper program.
Okay.
And just some of those exercises, like the jumping jacks, are so hard and.
Yes. I understand that if you do those for the first time and you don't know how to, or maybe it doesn't feel right, that is not nice. That's not comfortable. But you know what? Sometimes we have to work through that discomfort a little bit. And I'm saying a little bit. We shouldn't be, we shouldn't do, get out on a limb and injure ourselves or do bad things, but we have to learn new things. So did you actually try, Marcy?
Yeah, I just try to do the just the side one, and
yeah,
I know I need to lose weight, and
yeah,
I want to join it so I can lose weight, and
yeah. Well, good for you that you joined, and I hope that you've seen some benefits. I hope that you've seen that you actually can do a bit different, that you can do a bit better, even if it's hard. Kennedy, can you let me know what was difficult or challenging for you in this peak program? Like what was hard?
The thing that was challenging for me was the mindfulness sessions, because my mind is always racing, so it was hard for me to stay focused.
Right.
But I tried my best, but sometimes I just got distracted.
Right.
So
yeah. But you know what, Kennedy? That is actually also part of mindfulness. It's not only that you can shut it all down, but even also noticing that there is something going on, even that you're distracted. Even that is mindfulness. But I know it can be hard that way, right? But did you have moments in which you were able to notice something, to feel in a way a little calmer or a little bit more balanced?
Yeah, I did.
Cool. Nice. Good to hear. Now, I'm expecting more challenges, more difficult. I'm going to ask Darby Taylor. You just put your thumbs up for Kennedy. But what was hard or difficult for you?
For me, it was sometimes challenging. Sometimes challenging, like to do the
right.
To like finish.
Yep.
To like stay motivated to finish all the bingo cards, because sometimes the certain exercise like flutter kicks are hard for me, but I'm trying. And also with peak, I've learned lots, and this is my third time doing it, and I love it.
Hey, Darby, I have a question for you, because I understand that sometimes it's hard to complete something or to work your way through it. But I'm asking you, did you find a way to do it? Did you find a way to remind yourself?
Yes, I did.
How did you do that?
I just kept on trying, thinking happy thoughts.
Okay.
And this is my second time in a row,
right?
Doing all of the weeks with filling out my bingo card.
Excellent. Good job. Great accomplishment.
Thank you.
And you know what, Darby? You bring up a good point, because you call it happy thoughts, but sometimes we can actually figure out if we can think in a little bit of a different way, because if we get in a certain mood, it gets harder. If we don't want to, it gets harder. Now, then we can start thinking, okay, what can I tell myself? How can I stay on track? What will motivate me? And that's how you're actually keep going. Thank you. So one thing that I haven't heard yet, but something that I found difficult, and I wasn't in the peak program, was the extreme heat that we just recently had. I'm not sure what you thought, but I felt a little bit lethargic. I didn't have a lot of energy. It was really hard to stay cool. You just did something for 1 minute or 2 minutes, and it was like exhausting. Now, did other people have that experience as well? Like, was it tough for you that way? I see a lot of people. Yeah, for sure. Hopefully it's a little better now, right? So I'm going to throw it over to Leonka. You've been very patient. Thank you very much. But Leonka, you can answer the same question. What was hard? What was difficult? What was challenging? And how did you resolve it?
I found it hard because sometimes I had to come home from work and do a workout. And I also have trouble with my balance, and that's to do with because I have trouble with my ears.
Yes, yes. So those exercises are also quite difficult, huh? You said, first of all, if you come out of work, it's sometimes hard to get into the exercise, because maybe you don't feel like it. Did you still do it sometimes?
Yep.
Okay.
Every time.
How did you kind of find a solution for this kind of balance difficulty?
When I have to do like the stork, what I find that works for me is I find a spot on the floor and I stare at it.
Excellent. So you find a way to balance yourself better by actually finding a focal point, a point to focus on and work with. That's great to hear.
Yeah.
I'm going to just scan. Thank you, Leonka. I'm going to just
You're
scan through all
welcome.
these Zoom boxes here, just seeing if I'm not missing someone. There's a lot of people here. It's great that you're all participating here. Andreas has a question for me. Can I please get a chance to talk? So, Andreas, why don't you unmute yourself and ask your question?
How's it going, Frank?
I'm good. Thanks for posting it in the chat. I just noticed it here. So thanks very much.
You're welcome. I was being patient with you. Like I wasn't worried about, but I was being patient with you.
Thank you. I appreciate that because, it's not always easy to do a session on Zoom with like 50, 60, 70 people. So I appreciate your patience. Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. I do lots of exercising on peak. And so I went this afternoon when I came home from work. I went for a long jog. Like it rained a little bit. And so, yeah. So tomorrow I'm doing the toss. Oh, what do you call it? Toss up Tuesday tomorrow.
Toss up Tuesdays. Yes, that's maximize Mondays.
And then Wednesday is workout with Marie Powell.
Workout Wednesdays. Yes.
Yeah, this is week. This is week 7, right, or week 8?
This is week 8, I believe. Thank you, Andreas. I appreciate that. Let me work towards my last question, okay? And then I'll give you the passcode, and you can put the passcode in. So let me work through the last question. So I see for this week, I have to find it back again. Where is it? Here, week 8. Bingo, week 8. So check out this week's tips from the summit, and I have to search hard on the website to find the tips from the summit. But I like that some of you are just giving some tips. This is how I do it. This is how I do it. That's really good. And there's a lot of things that you probably think about. Yeah, that's part of reaching the peak and staying active. The crunches, resistant bands, seated rows, pull aparts, cat-cow stretches. I can see the picture, so now I understand what it is. But if I think cat-cow stretches, what is that? But you probably know because you've been doing it every week. So that's how you stay in shape. I like this one. Complete Courtney's painting challenge. Courtney must have given you a painting challenge. That's kind of keeping you active more on the artistic side. But I'm sure that there's going to be quite a few nice paintings coming forward, and you're going to have a lot of fun sharing that, I'm sure. And then save a photo of you in a cool hat. Yeah, I'd like to see those pictures too. So those are all fun things. And then there is the Maple Leaf Mixer virtual dance. I'm sure that a lot of you are looking forward to the dance party as well. So a lot of these activities you've been so familiar with. You've been committing yourself to reach the peak, to be doing this 8 weeks for now. You've done peak number 2, the first peak. So you've been doing a lot of this activity. And I'm asking you, maybe you can take a little bit of a break, you know, for a couple of days, maybe even for a week. But why wouldn't you kind of keep going a little bit? Why wouldn't you work yourself through summer and make sure that by September comes around and maybe we can start doing some sports activities? Question mark, question mark. Why wouldn't you put yourself in that position where you can actually do well? So this is where you're now starting to think, okay, if I have to choose my 3 favorite ones from peak, those are easy. Okay, I'd like you to think about what are my 3 favorite ones. But what are 3 important ones, like the difference makers, the ones that maybe are not as easy, the harder ones, the ones that make a difference? Okay, so 3 favorites and 3 challenges. Ask yourself, what are those 3? What are those 3 favorites? What are those 3 challenges that you're gonna do all through summer? And I'm gonna ask Andrew Riz, you've been very patient. What is something that you're gonna work through summer based on peak, something that you like, but also something that you think you should do?
Well, one time I really liked biking, and it was very hot. And the most challenging thing that I was trying on the peak program was the yoga. The only challenging thing are the bridges, because I'm quite tall, and it's a little bad on my back, but I try my hardest.
Right. Okay. So fair enough. So, you know, the biking is maybe more the fun part, but yoga and putting those bridges on are the harder parts. Now, I know that you likely will have access to those videos from those workouts, from those yogas. So you still have an instructor that is helping you with that. Now, you want to do it in a way that doesn't hurt you. You know how to do that?
Well, I've been trying to learn, but I just haven't been comfortable.
Sure. Yeah. You know, what I learned from therapists that I work with is they always say, you know, don't go over the pain threshold. Stay within your limits, because that is important, and you can still do something good. Wyatt, I see that you. Sorry, Andrew. One more time back to you.
Okay.
So, 3 things that you like moving forward. 3 things that are challenging. All the best.
I like hiking and biking and playing soccer with my teammates. And the 3 challenging things, is yoga and occasional strenuous hikes, but I have done it. Like the Corey Pass and Mount Edith hike was the most challenging, but I could do it in Banff, Alberta. And
that's awesome.
And the third one. The third one, is kind of the yoga. So I try.
Excellent. I wish you all the best, and I hope that you have a lot of motivation moving forward, Andrew. Thanks for joining. I'm just looking at.
Oh, you're very welcome. Okay.
I'm just looking at Jack. Frank, you are invited to the dance on Friday at 7. Well, I will keep that in mind. Why not? Why wouldn't I dance a little bit with you on Friday? I'll have to be reminded. I have to put it in my planner. But okay, let's Wyatt. I was going to Wyatt. Wyatt, what are 3 things that you know are easy, good things for you to favorite things for you to continue doing, and what are some difficult things that you're willing to do? Hi, Wyatt.
Okay, is it working?
Yeah, it's working.
Okay, that's good. So the fun things for me were some of the exercises for the bingo card.
Yes.
And some of the more interesting things that we did in some of the videos.
Excellent. So you probably have to go back to the videos to kind of remind yourself about how to do it or how it works.
Sometimes.
But you can find them. Thanks, Wyatt. So last but not least, who haven't we heard from yet? I think it's Preston. Preston Weideman. Preston, how are you going to, how, you know, even if you've reached the peak and this week is over and you've done so well, how are you going to keep, how are you going to keep this going? Preston.
How going? Because I'm probably going to do lots of walking, probably at the lake. I have my mom's, my dad have a place down there in Lake Mara, by the soup shop. I'm gonna go do lots of walking there. They have a walking, hiking, probably go fish, do some fishing, do lots of swimming, do lots of stuff, and keep out, get out active.
Nice. And that sounds like great summertime activities.
Frank,
yes.
I have fun with you every day. You did this with us.
What? Sorry, say that one more
I
time.
am happy we're doing this. I'm happy you were doing the every Monday. You're doing it with us. And Kiefer, I didn't get that buff yet.
The buffs will be coming, Preston. They'll all be coming in this
Keith.
week. So you
Thank
bet. Thanks for
you.
your question.
This is great. Thanks for letting me know that, Preston. I like to be here just like you guys like me to be here as well. This is awesome. I can make it every week, but you know what? You have so many other guests, great guests coming. So, you know, it gets pretty boring if you see me every week, I guess. So we'll just mix it up once in a while, which is cool. Great. Now, I'm just going to do one more scan here. There's a lot of people. You know what? What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the password because you have been so patient. You want to get the points. Everyone wants to, you know, make this session final or good. So once you have the password, you can log off for a couple more questions, a little longer, but then we can kind of work towards the end. So it's 6:51. I'll give you the password and I'll stay with you until about it's 7:51, I should say, in Alberta. I'll be with you for like 7-8 more minutes. So what's the theme of the passwords this year? Any idea? Any idea? The theme? Animals. Animals, right? Remember? Animals. This time we have a cow. A cow. Oh, how do I show this without my virtual background? Doesn't work. There we go. What is it? It's a purple cow, okay? It's a purple cow. Write it down, note it, put it in the chat. Don't want to forget this. Week 8, Maximize Mondays, purple cows. I always talk about pink elephant, but now maybe I start talking about purple cows this time, okay? Purple cow, okay. Great. So I'm gonna look at a chat. I'm gonna look at some of the hands. I'm gonna wave to all those that are gonna log off. I wish you a great week. Keep it up. Finish strong. Make this week count. Fill in the bingo card. Get your points and celebrate. I understand that there is a dance going on Friday. I'm trying to make it work, and you want to celebrate your accomplishments. You want to kind of celebrate as if you're on that peak. Why not dance on the top of the Matterhorn? Dance on the top of the Everest. Dance on top of the mountain. So I hope you're all happy and satisfied. Couple more questions maybe. I'm gonna ask maybe Danielle Gauld.
Hi, Frank. One of the challenges for me is I'm not connected on any social media. So always the workouts I have to do by myself, with the exception of the police one.
So, but you are doing it by yourself. Is that what you're telling me? You
Yes.
are doing it by yourself. Good job on you.
Thank
and then
you.
you get connected through this?
Yes.
Excellent.
Another challenge for me is I'm doing health messenger training right now.
Okay.
So right now for my soccer program, all the girls that are on my team, they are wondering why I did such an easy workout, and they did over an hour workout.
Wow. Yeah, that is quite something. Well, you're doing. It sounds like you're doing good work.
Yes.
Excellent. Good job on you. Great accomplishment. Thank you. I'm gonna scan a little bit more. I'm gonna give it over to Tara. Tara, is there something you want to ask or share?
My first question is, how can I look at the leaderboard to see how many points they have?
I will post a link there for you, Tara, and then you can just click on it and go there.
Okay, and has the resistance band been sent out yet?
Yeah, if it's your first peak, you'll have a resistance band coming along with your buff, so they will be joined together.
Okay, I'll keep myself healthy and stuff, doing workouts and stuff, and just keeping in shape.
Awesome. Thanks, Tara.
Now I'm going to do a little rhyme. There's 4 more people. I'm going to choose by a little rhyme. Ine mine mutte, 10 punt Rutte. Ine mine kaas, hij is de baas. James, I can't see you, but I picked you to maybe ask the last question or share something. Do you want to unmute yourself?
I'd like to give you a virtual high five for keeping us occupied and busy.
Great to hear. Thank you, James. I appreciate that.
And
I'll give a high five back.
After this peak program, I would keep doing the repeat of the workout and my mindfulness.
Excellent. Keep going strong, James. Appreciate that.
Yeah, so
I'm going to say goodbye to you all for now.
Yeah, everyone, how about we all give a big virtual high five to Frank, as he has been with us for so long and done so many sessions. So big high fives for Frank. Yes, thanks everyone. Frank, we really appreciate you being here. Thanks for Frank from the mountain. It only makes sense that you're the one that's guiding us up to Everest. So we really appreciate you coming every other Monday, it seems like. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. I appreciate it. I love this, and I'll hope to see you again soon at some point. Okay. Take care. Have a great summer. The best summer ever. How about that one?
Thanks, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow night. Tomorrow's on Facebook. It's a workout, so make sure you bring your workout stuff. See you all there. Yeah, and like Jill said in the chat, if you have any questions for Frank, please put them in the Facebook group and we'll send them over to Frank. Thanks again, everyone.